Hi guys, John Indoor Hydroponics with the third video for my tomato series for 2020. Doing some cleanup around the garden, getting some of the weeds and stuff out. Everything is taking on very nicely, completely organic grow. Just pretty much feeding with compost tea. But like I say, everything is doing good, and now we're starting to put on blooms, just starting to put on blooms. A couple of the San Marzanos are already dropping fruit, which is good. But here's where we want to cut back on that nitrogen, which by and large, the only nitrogen they're getting is from what I put in earlier during the last top dressing and whatever they're getting out of the compost tea, which is good. But again, when we get into the bloom cycle of the fruiting vegetables, this is where we want to get into that phosphorus or potash. We want to add that in and produce a good blooming cycle. So many organic amendments these days that you can get your hands on. I'm using Cavern Culture by Happy Frog. I'm a big fan of the Happy Frog series. I think it's a very good, they put out pretty good products. This is just a 3-ingredient product: rock phosphorus, seabird guano, and bat guano. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to top dress it, guys. I'm going to add in composted chicken manure, and that's going to provide some slow released nitrogen to the plant to continue the vegetation. But again, very, very low in a percentage. It's like maybe 1% nitrogen. You're going to get about 1% nitrogen out of these guanos in the Cavern Culture as well. So I dropped a few handfuls of the composted chick manure in. I put about 1.5 handfuls of the Cavern Culture on top, mix it in really good, and then I put the mulch right back over it. So all of the plants have been super healthy to this point. No disease, no blights yet, so fingers crossed that doesn't hit. Again, I've been continuously feeding with compost teas and different methods of that, and I've also been spraying down the plants once every other week with compost tea as well to add that biofilm to it. And I'm just super impressed with the stems on some of these tomatoes, man. They're already an inch thick, and we're only about a month into the grow, so getting some really good results here. And up in Michigan, and probably I haven't monitored the temperature of the United States, but it's been unbelievably hot. I mean, 90, 95 every other day for the last week or so, and have not needed to water much because the tap roots are going down deep. So I'm not overwatering these plants. I want them to search for water, spread those roots out. And I'm going to give these a quick dose of compost tea. What you saw in that big tote there, that's a 30-gallon tote. I mixed 20 gallons, all right, of dechlorinated water with 5 gallons of compost tea. So diluted down 1 to 5 and gave everything a good drink here. So that's going to get that Cavern Culture activated with that compost tea, and it's also going to give the plants a good drink. So doing very well here. So let's come back in a month and we should be seeing some good fruit production. All right, so bloom cycle, guys, really important. That's the time to transition into a different type of organic fertilizer or chemical fertilizer if you so choose. So anyway, thanks again, guys. Take care. See you in a little while.
Peace.